Overcoming English Learning Challenges, a real conversation. Hey Isabella, I heard you've been learning English for a while now. What's been the biggest challenge for you?
Hi Luther. Yes, I've been at it for quite some time. The biggest hurdle for me has been understanding the variety of accents and the use of slang. It can be really confusing at times. What about you?
I totally get that. For me, it's grammar. Especially those tricky tenses and prepositions. Sometimes it feels like there's no rhyme or reason to it.
Oh, I can relate to that as well. But I found that watching movies and listening to music in English really helps with getting a feel for how the language is used naturally.
That's a great idea. I've been trying to read more in English, like articles and books. It helps, but there's nothing like real conversation to test your skills.
Absolutely. Speaking of which, have you ever attended any language exchange meetups? They are a fantastic way to practice speaking and learn from native speakers.
I've been thinking about it, but haven't made the leap yet. It sounds like a great opportunity to overcome my fear of speaking.
You should definitely give it a try. Remember, making mistakes is a part of learning. Plus, most people are very understanding and supportive.
That's reassuring to hear. I guess it's all about stepping out of your comfort zone, isn't it?
Exactly. And over time, you start feeling more comfortable and confident. So, what's your next step in tackling the challenges of learning English?
I think I'll start incorporating more listening practice into my routine. Maybe podcasts or audiobooks. And I'll definitely look into those language meetups.
Sounds like a solid plan. And don't forget, we can always practice together. It could be fun and beneficial for both of us.
That would be awesome, Isabella. I'm in. It's much more motivating to learn with someone else.
Great. Let's make it a point to help each other out. Learning English is a journey, but it's much easier when you're not doing it alone.
Agreed. Thanks for the chat, Isabella. I'm feeling more inspired to tackle those challenges head on.
Anytime, Luther. We've got this.
Flying to Paris, a fun and engaging English conversation. Hey Jennifer, did you know we're flying to Paris next week?
Really, Thomas? That's amazing. I've always wanted to visit Paris.
Yes, it's going to be an exciting trip. Have you ever flown internationally before?
No, this will be my first time. I'm a bit nervous about the flight.
Don't worry, it's going to be fine. Flying is one of the safest ways to travel.
What should I pack for the trip?
Well, considering Paris's weather, you should bring some warm clothes and, of course, comfortable shoes for walking.
Oh, good idea. I'll also bring a travel guide for Paris. Do you think we'll see the Eiffel Tower?
Definitely. The Eiffel Tower, the Louvre Museum, and Notre Dame Cathedral are on our must-visit list.
I can't wait to try French cuisine. I've heard it's fantastic.
Absolutely. We'll have croissants for breakfast, escargot for dinner, and creme brulee for dessert.
That sounds delicious. How's my English going to hold up in Paris, though?
Your English is great, but it wouldn't hurt to learn a few French phrases. Like bonjour for hello and merci for thank you.
Good idea. I'll download a language learning app and practice some basic French.
That's the spirit. This trip will be a great opportunity to learn and explore.
Thanks, Thomas. I feel much better about the trip now. I'm really looking forward to it.
Me too, Jennifer. Paris, here we come. Picnic in the park, a simple English conversation adventure. Hi Fiona, how are you doing today?
Hi, Albert. I'm doing well, thank you. And you?
I'm pretty good, thanks. I was thinking, it's such a beautiful day outside. How about we go for a picnic in the park?
That sounds like a wonderful idea, Albert. I love picnics. What should we bring?
How about I make some sandwiches and you could bring some fruits? We could also use some drinks.
Perfect. I'll bring apples, oranges, and maybe some grapes. What kind of sandwiches will you make?
I was thinking of making some turkey and cheese sandwiches, and maybe a vegetarian option with cucumber, tomato, and lettuce. Does that sound good?
That sounds delicious. I'll also bring a blanket and some utensils. Should we bring anything for entertainment?
Great idea! I can bring a frisbee and maybe a small speaker for some music. It'll be fun!
Oh, that's perfect. Music always makes picnics better. What time should we meet?
How does 12:30 p.m. sound? It gives us enough time to prepare everything.
12:30 p.m. is perfect. Where in the park should we meet?
Let's meet by the big oak tree near the entrance. It's easy to find and a nice spot to set up.
Oh, I know the one. That's a great spot. I'm looking forward to it.
Me too, Fiona. It's going to be a great day. Oh, and don't forget to bring a hat and some sunscreen. It looks like it's going to be sunny.
Good thinking, Albert. I'll bring some extra for both of us, just in case.
Thanks, Fiona. That's very thoughtful of you. Alright, I'll see you tomorrow at the park. Can't wait.
See you tomorrow, Albert. It's going to be fun.
Essential English for air travel. Learn key phrases. What is an airplane? An airplane is a vehicle that flies in the sky. Where do airplanes take off and land? Airplanes take off and land at airports. Who flies the airplane? A pilot flies the airplane. What do you need to board an airplane? You need a ticket to board an airplane. Where do you wait for your flight at the airport? You wait in the departure lounge. What is a boarding pass? A boarding pass is a document that allows you to get on the plane. Who checks your ticket at the airport? The gate agent checks your ticket. Where do you sit on the airplane? You sit in your assigned seat. Who serves food and drinks on the plane? The flight attendant serves food and drinks. What do you do before the plane takes off? You fasten your seatbelt before the plane takes off. What is the place where you collect your bags at the airport? You collect your bags at the baggage claim. Who checks your passport at the airport? The immigration officer checks your passport. What is a layover? A layover is a short stay at an airport between flights. Where can you find information about your flight at the airport? You can find information on the departure board. Who helps you with your luggage at the airport? The porter helps you with your luggage. What do you need to pass through security at the airport? You need your ID and boarding pass to pass through security. What is a direct flight? A direct flight goes from one place to another without stopping. Where can you buy food and drinks at the airport? You can buy food and drinks at the airport cafe. Who helps the passengers on the airplane? The flight attendants help the passengers. Where do you check in for your flight? You check in at the airport. What do you need to board the airplane? You need a boarding pass. What do you do at the security checkpoint? You show your ID and boarding pass. Where do you wait for your flight? You wait at the gate. How do you know your flight time? You check the flight schedule. What do you do during takeoff? You fasten your seatbelt. What do you do if you need help on the airplane? You call a flight attendant. What do you hear when the plane is about to land? You hear an announcement. What do you see out the window during the flight? You see clouds and the sky. What do you call the place where you wait to board the airplane? It is called the waiting lounge. What should you do with your electronic devices during takeoff and landing? You should turn them off or put them in airplane mode. Where can you find the emergency exits on the airplane? You can find them at the front, middle, and back of the airplane.